Hello everybody and welcome back to the Backlogs channel. And what did I practically predict? I said on my bingo card and in multiple videos I thought Nintendo was going to start using a new type of technology called AI. And what were they going to use this type of technology for? I came up with the idea that they were going to take the Switch 2 and throw AI upscaling on it to bring their games not natively to 4K, but no difference to the viewer. You can still see 4K visuals with it. It basically takes a game that is created on a PC in really high resolution and it brings it down to about 720p, in some instances 480p, it could be 1080p too, whatever, small little things like that. It's a worse resolution, and then AI upscale the resolution back up to 4K without having to use any extra storage on top of it. Now, there's no words that have been spoken that have any correlation to AI upscaling for the new Nintendo Switch 2, but the words that 100% have been confirmed and shown to the public is that the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to run natively at 4K and 120 FPS in docked mode. Now this is a big deal, more than some of you might think actually. Nintendo's always been known as the video game company that is behind in generation when it comes to graphics, which also performance, which in turn makes them outdated for any new third-party releases, or at least a lot of them. And that changes today. The last time a console was better than the competition, if not even with the competition, was in 2001 with the GameCube, and starting in 2006 with the Wii. We have not seen a return to Nintendo trying to keep up with modern day technology since 2 days ago in the Nintendo Direct, where we see 4K being native to the console, which is industry standard. The PS5 runs at 4K and actually only runs at 60 FPS in most situations. The Switch is going to very easily run in 120 FPS from what it looks like. This is huge. The screen is also going to support HDR, which is just making any shadows and any light and anything like that less glary and more expressive and strong and easier to see and more vibrant. Brighter colors will be more vibrant, and that all doesn't include when you're holding the console in your hands itself. Now, if you're holding the Switch 2 in your hands and playing it as a handheld, as a lot of you will be doing, the frame rate has been bumped up to 120 FPS for handheld mode as well, and not brought all the way up to 4K handheld. I don't think that's even possible yet, but it is at 1080p, which will be perfect enough for a small screen in your hands. The console is a little bit bigger, so they kind of did need to bump up the resolution and frame rate a little bit so you don't see all the small inconsistencies of the Switch 1 itself. But this is very, 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 very good news. Nintendo is finally not just with the competition, but ahead of the curve. And it's crazy that we're about to be at this point where certain games are able to play on here, such as Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk was always known to be the game that would never come to a Nintendo console for as long as they lived, and by the time they probably could, no one would care about Cyberpunk anymore anyways. That was kind of the joke for a while, that Cyberpunk would never come to a Nintendo console, and Nintendo fully proved everyone and the joke itself wrong, whoever created the joke, by releasing a console that can play Cyberpunk completely well, can play Elden Ring, the first game that was shown off as a kind of, whoa, I can't believe I can play this on my Switch now moment. So the Elden Ring came in too, and Dark Bloods, I'm pretty sure it was called, no, Dusk Bloods. That game also looks really good. It's by the same company as Elden Ring, FromSoft. And yeah, it's looking really good for the Switch too when it comes to resolution and frame rate and just how the screen's gonna look. It is a bigger screen. It's about 17.5 inches. I'm pretty sure the original Switch was 11 inches. It is the same thickness, so it won't be any flimsier and it won't be any thicker or out of the blue big. And yeah, honestly, that's about it. It's just good to know that Nintendo has finally caught up to the competition after so many years. Thank you everybody so much for watching. See you in the next Backlogs video. Bye bye.